So going to the gym for a lot of people, whether it's your first time or if you've been going for a few years, for a lot of people, it can be very intimidating. It can be scary. It can be nerve-wracking. A lot of people have gym anxiety. In fact, there's been surveys and studies done on this, and it is said that 50 to 65% of people have said that they've experienced gym anxiety, and that number jumps up to 88% for women, which, basically almost 9 out of 10 women have said that they've felt gym anxiety. So this is a completely common thing, and yeah, for a lot of people going into the gym for the first time, just, being in front of people, being unsure about how your body looks, being either, let's say ashamed, but, worried about how you look or how you're going to look in front of other people, it could be very scary for a lot of people. So I'm just going to try to help give you guys some tips on what you can do, if this is your first time going to the gym, or if you're planning on going to the gym, or, or even if you've been going to the gym for, a few years, if you've been on and off. I just hope some of these tips help you. So one thing that I do, I make it very simple for as far as what it is that I do when I go into the gym. So for that means is that I just eliminate the stress of going into the locker room, because I know that's a big thing for a lot of people. I hate going into my gym's locker room. I almost never go in there. And so to get around that is I just don't go in there for any reason. I go to the gym in my gym clothes, and I leave in my gym clothes, and I shower at my house. I never step inside my gym's locker room for any reason. Maybe to use the bathroom once or twice, but I don't even like doing that. It smells funny in there. There's a bunch of old people walking around there, half naked men in there. I don't want to be around any of that. I'm not here for that. So I just ignore that or eliminate that portion completely. That's something that's been stressing you out about having to change in front of, trying to change in front of other people. If that, makes you feel self-conscious about yourself, just don't do it. Nothing wrong with going into the gym with your gym clothes and, taking a shower, in your home where you're comfortable and where I'm sure it's a lot cleaner as well. So, that portion of it, don't worry about that. That's probably the least thing that you have to worry about. So just, cut that portion out from it. And then as far as for what you wear when you do go to the gym, again, so you could just wear what it is that makes you feel confident in yourself. So if that's like a new Nike sweatsuit or some, new sneakers or anything that makes you feel good about yourself, when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you work out good. So if it's something that makes you feel good and makes you feel confident, you should wear it. But even if you just want to wear, a plain t-shirt and some basketball shorts or some, sweatpants, yeah, that's perfectly fine too. In fact, when I go to the gym, I often see people going in there wearing like a Dragon Ball Z shirt. And, I'm a big anime fan. So whenever I see that, I always smile, because it's like, you could tell that these people wear, they go in there wearing like a Dragon Ball Z shirt because they're big fans of the show as well. And you guys know Goku. I'm sure you've seen the show, or you've heard of him. He's a very confident guy in his abilities, and he trains really hard, and he's always so sure of what he's doing. So you can kind of tell that these people, they wear a Dragon Ball Z shirt because they want to try to absorb some of that, some of that confidence that Goku has, into themselves. And I always smile whenever I see that, if it kind of helps you train, I'm not saying you got to train like Goku. You're not about to run up and box with Frieza or anything like that. But, if it helps you feel confident or good about yourself, then yeah, you should, wear a Dragon Ball Z shirt. If anything, you'll probably get a lot of compliments on it, because a lot of people who are fans of anime, they like to go to the gym as well. And, it'll be something that they can relate with, and yeah, I really like your shirt. And that'll probably help give you some confidence too. So yeah, if you're not too sure what to wear, honestly, wearing a Dragon Ball Z shirt might be good for you. So then another big hold up or anxiety that a lot of people have when they go to the gym is not knowing what to do. And guys, for this, just keep it simple. Even if it's your first time going to the gym and you don't know where to start, and if you're nervous about, using some of the machines there, I say just keep it simple for your first workout. Just go there and walk on the treadmill for, maybe 15 or 20 minutes. Walk a mile on the treadmill. Just, kind of get used to being in the gym. You can put on some headphones, listen to music, listen to a podcast, you could watch a Dragon Ball Z fight if you want to, if that helps you feel confident. Just watch whatever you want and just kind of, be in your own space and be in your own, own world, walk on the treadmill for a little bit and just kind of get used to being in there. And then you'll see like, it's not so bad. Nobody's in there, looking at you or judging you. And that'll help you, kind of just feel better about yourself. And then the next time when you do go into the gym, and if you're trying to, lift weights, don't be afraid to, ask one of the workers there how to use the machine. Or you can watch, look up videos on how to use the machine. Take a picture of it. Or I know some gym machines, they have like a little QR code that you can scan. It'll show you how to operate the machine correctly, and which muscles you're trying to work on. So you can, just do that, become more familiar with the machines. Ask somebody, you can, ask a worker, you can ask a friend. You could even ask, somebody else working out there who's maybe just finished using the machine, if you're comfortable doing that. And then you can, just kind of get used to seeing how it works and then try and get yourself. And then once you become more confident with it, you'll just see that the gym is a place where you can make mistakes or you can ask questions. Yeah. And, nobody's there to judge you or to make you feel bad. I know when you see a lot of the stuff on social media of, people filming in the gym, and that's probably something that I'll do a video on, at a later date. But, most gyms aren't like that. Most gyms are just people in there working out, they're focused on themselves. And then when you do see somebody in there that's also trying to do the same thing, you kind of want to just go over there and like give that person a high five or, give them a fist bump or something and be like, hey, like, I respect what you're doing in there. So, that's my that's my tip for just as far as working with machinery and getting used to it and getting comfortable with it. Going in there with a plan of what you're going to do and just staying focused on that plan and executing it. So another thing that a lot of people are often worried about is, just kind of just going in there and it's being if it's like overcrowded, there's a lot of people in there, worrying about if someone's going to judge you. Again, that kind of feeds back into the previous point that, most people there, they're just focused on themselves. I do see some people when I go to the gym and, I'll say hi to a few people. But 9 times out of 10, I don't really speak to anybody. I'm in my own world. That's something that I always wear to the gym is I always have my hoodie up or I always wear a hat. And I just kind of do that so I don't make eye contact with people. I'm just like in my own world. I'm in my space. When I work out, I do my thing. I stay there for like an hour and then I go. So you can try to do the same thing. Yeah, wear a hat, wear a hoodie. Don't worry about it. And if there's a lot of people who go into the gym around the time when you're there, just and try to, ask somebody who works there, but what time is it the most quiet and try to go at that time if you can. Usually early mornings are pretty quiet. That's when I go. If you go in like in the middle of the afternoon, like before the lunch rush, maybe like 11 o'clock in the morning, or if you have like a 24-hour gym, if you can go, late at night, like past, like maybe 9, 10 o'clock at night. I know some people who do that and there's nobody there. And that might be a good gym for you, or a good time for you to go to the gym and just, do your workout 45 minutes to an hour, and then you'll be on with your day. That's kind of what you want to do. You want to try to stack the odds in your favor to be successful. Another thing that you could always do is go with a friend. If you are scared about other people going in there and judging you or seeing you in there and you're not knowing what to do, going with a friend is always a good option. If you guys can go together, motivate each other, hold each other accountable too, is probably the biggest reason why you should, if you can go with a friend. But if you don't have anyone to go with, that's fine too. Guys, this channel, it's called Action Creates Greatness. And, the whole point of that is, you want to be able to take action. You're not looking for perfection. You're just looking to take action and to, begin doing things to put you in a place where you can go on the right path. So guys, before I let you go, just the last thing that I want to say is when you do go to the gym, and whether that's for 10 minutes or if it's for an hour, whatever little bit that you do, always, just congratulate yourself, thank yourself, understand that you're proud of yourself. And the biggest thing that I could tell you is that understand that your future self will never be angry at you for going to the gym. You know, a year from now, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, you're never going to look back at your old self and say, oh, damn, I wish I didn't go to the gym. Like, you're never going to regret going to the gym. You know, you're always going to, whenever you go, you're always going to feel happy about yourself, and you're always going to look back and be like, yeah, I made the right decision. If you didn't go to the gym, that would make you feel regrets, you know. I've never heard anybody say, damn, I wish I didn't go to the gym yesterday, or wish I didn't go to the gym 2 years ago. Like, that just, going to the gym is a great place to build confidence, build muscle or lose weight or any type of, goal that you have for yourself. The gym is a good place to kind of start building the person who you want to be. With gym anxiety, just leave a comment below and tell me what's holding you back. And if you need help with either building a workout plan, or if you just need some words of encouragement, that's the community that I'm trying to build on this channel. And I just want you to know that, we're all in this together. Everybody's been in your shoes before. And I know, your experience isn't, different or unique. If people are here to make sure that, everybody here wants to make sure that you're the best version of yourself. So, let me know in the comments if you have any other questions or concerns. And, like I said, I'll do what I can to help you guys out. So, I'll see you guys in my next video. And remember, action creates greatness. And I know you guys all have greatness in you. So I'll see you next time. Peace.